and let the chaos continue. Welcome to another episode of How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. I'm Kelly Jack, the gaming persona here on the Dive at Rex channel. Thank goodness for cough drops. Thank goodness for cough syrup, because otherwise you heard what my voice sounded like last week before I collapsed out. All right, this is a good week. We're looking at just 4 places left to take in service and industry-wise. So we're going to go ahead and shift over to ones here in these 2 scrap yards because I can eliminate them with trucks. Unpause the game because I did pause it. And the reason I say that is when I check this, what are the connections here? None. We never put the trucks to go from here to here. That little short run, I forgot to put the trucks on. Peak, how not to game. So let's get them trucks rolling. And we need them trash trucks. And we're going to do the double bin dumpers because they hold more and they're cheaper. We're going to set 2 of them on to each of the 2 routes I'm establishing. First one's from Bad Meadow Sanitation over to the sanitary relay stop. Make him 100%. And that's Meadow Sanitation. Relay waste trucks. Copy him. Launch 1 right away. Now, I do need to make certain that I have a road item up and running here, which is a choose signal coming into that yard. So right there, I need a choose signal, so it'll choose one of those 2. Now I can send the second one. He'll choose whichever one's empty until it's developed enough. Getting power into there is going to be totally impossible given the way the city has grown. So we're going to have to figure out a new way to bring power in. Right there's our only spot for bringing power in, and we're going to have to do that. So open this guy back up, drop that. Oops, got to be flat. Flatten him, drop in a transformer, grab the wires, get them out of town. Now we should be able to take and find a spot nearby with power. And we hadn't run power to Larry's or to the Deep Woods milling yard, so we need to take and do that right now. And we're going to take and launch up a bridge across here. And then bring our power structure up here. And we're going to cut them across right about, oh, that ain't going to work. We're going to have to do a power tunnel. And we'll do a little spur line there to one for the mill. Do another one for that mill. And the tree farm could use one as well. Now we'll come up to here to take and grab our power to come back down. Tree farm's going to be a bear to take and get power to. So we're going to take and do a wrap out for it and connect it up back over here. Avoiding the duck pond. We have to avoid those duck ponds. That's the one rule I am holding to. Gets our power to there and then power to there. Now this is all connected up except for here. We just need to take and do the setup so that we can do a power tunnel, which means we have to do some slope work and then dig a power tunnel, underground cable right through there. That's now connected up. We got power to that scrapyard, and that will take and get him going a little bit better, plus the traffic he's getting. Over here, same thing. We've got to take and close out, get our roads set up. Whoops. Roads set up. And the road setup is going to require a little bit of work again. And again, this time I'm going to do it slightly differently. Get that choose signal on him right off the bat. And with that set up, get my 2 spots, clean up that yard name so that Malodorus, however you want to pronounce it, Meadocycling, has his yard set up properly with a good name on him and no extra spaces. We got a train that can't find a route. You got to be kidding me. Do we have a break somewhere along this? Yes, we did. Get that train back fixed. So he's got his load on his first load. Somehow or another, he managed to pull over something. And now we can send the trucks between these 2 points. Get 2 more trucks rolling. Again, double binners coming from Malodorus over to here. Malodorus. There we go. And that will get those running. Grab another one, put him on the same line, and we're good to go. All right, now we're down to that oil field. And the oil field left is... Hi, yeah, we fixed you. Again, our served bys, no player. Oil field, go to him. That last one is the one I'm not as worried about. Get myself a train running, and then we'll speed up the trains after we get them in. There's not really much I can do to cause chaos here until we go to deliver. Delivery is the point in time where we can have chaos coming in. So what do we want to do? I got a weird idea. Let's see if this idea works. Okay, and then I need an outline for him right about there. Go ahead and do the raise. Say that's where we move the dirt to. Then over here, whoops, that's a raise. We should have been doing a lower. And bring him up. Dig the 2 tunnels fast as we can. Do the strange little connection. That should have those tunnels connected up. And again, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Corner crude yard set up, and that leaves us with just that oil well right there to tie in, and you can just be a simple truck line that eventually we'll have to work around. Then we got to get power out here, which means relaying through all of the various steps that we have to go through. But first, let's get that train rolling. And we were rolling all those trains from the old Scratch barn, so let's go ahead and go to old Scratch. I believe there is a connection that I made. Double check it. Haven't connected across. Let's go ahead and connect across. And then we're going to need a connection off that line there. Speed up our line so that he does deliver fast. At the high end, we need to take him to an SD with, we're going to go with the 45 meters, even though they're double the price for that 5. Nah, we're going to stick with the cheap ones. Actually, if we're going to go to 850, we're going to take a little bit of a hit, do the big canisters from here to there. Got to put in the station platform, the loading platform. Now we can take and do that. 100% from there. This is the Woodcliff Corner Oiler. And now just about everything's loaded up, but we still can't find a route. Why not? Because we don't have a connection. Hey, so let's give him a connection. Here we go. Now he should start. Yep, there he goes. He's got a connection into the system and he can fire away. Now we need to get people, which we've already got from Newchester. Across town and functioning in Newchester. So we've dealt with this chain as far as we're concerned. You know, the one lone well, we can always pick up a lone well, and he's not going to make that much of a difference. I have learned that sometimes it will make you sit on a fully served system until you get everything electrified up. So let's go ahead and start thinking about getting electricity around. We generate electricity at Junkers. So there's right there our first stop at getting power. Junkers gives us power. Once we have power, we can launch along, do our bridge over. Ooh, doesn't let us at that spot. So we need to do bridge here, which means a power connection there. And then we need to pull in like this. Do a run like this to bring in power. We'll leave space here so in case we need to bring in another, it's not as hard. And then we need to get power further down the line. And those places include here and here, and of course up there. There we go. Drop in the all-important bits and pieces here. Do that last bit of power line connection. Now that's part of the grid, and now we need to tie the grids together. And the easy way for that does appear to be coming from over here. How can we tie in our grid? There's a good spot right there to get out. Do one little jog, power him, and then run him over here to where we got to do the bridge across the diagonal. And then just run a power line straight on out for a ways. Because we've also got Colonel Crud who generates power. And Colonel Crud's another good spot. We can drop in a transformer to grab power from, pull him out, and hook him into the full integrated power system now. And with the system fully integrated, there it is. One last power station for that oil field. And now most everything except for out here at the might fall off mineral. Yes, I know. That was a bad joke. But I like that joke. So, because that might fall off. So we just need to get power out there eventually. Eventually we'll get some industries out that way that we can take and service power to. And for right now, we're just going to take and sit on it. Picker's yard, we could try to take and get power into, and that's the quickest way in. Let's go ahead and generate power there. And he's going to generate his power here. Take it to there. Now we do have to bridge or tunnel over anything with catenaries, just like we do a station. Avoided the duck pond, barely. Got it out there, and now just drop in that power unit, and we're good to go. Next up, how about some passenger service? Close that out. Let's get some passenger lines going out here. We need to get workers out here. Because dadgum, these guys need to take and have a job. And you know where's a good spot to take and tie in with? Right here at Pineville Station. Get that going, and because this is Max Chaos, we're going to take and do that same thing with the fancy horseshoe track loop to create our crossing. Drop him down at that point, leave it raised for that far so that we've got an obstacle to work around in future chaos. Because again, if we don't create chaos, we plant seeds for chaos. That's the rule that I run by. All right, here we go. Gonna bring him down, jog him over, get him up onto this, launch that bridge across the road, and then tie the two lines together. And then we do need a connector line. So we need a way to catch into the feed line right there. And really, we should do this further out so that we have options here for our future connections if we need them. Put the signal on the connector line. Put another one there. Now we're good to go, and we can start launching another train to get people out there. And on that one, I'm just going to put an Abro or two. Matter of fact, I think we'll just run a single Abro initially. And we need to put the stations in. We're going to go ahead and put in a fancy station, 128. Because this is Pineville, which is our number 2 city. And then just standard platforms out here. But we'll do a 3 deep so that it holds a little bit more. Grab that Abro. And it is making us grab a double Abro at this point. That's interesting. That was very interesting. Instead of letting me take and do the lead, it made me do the rear so that I grabbed both. So now he's going to go from here to there. We're going to make him a 20% because I know that 20% that generally makes money on an Abro. And this here is the percolator. I think I've had another percolator in the system, but oh well. That's why we put the names in front. So that's our good in time. We're at our time that we normally finish up these vids at. Now, the only thing I've got left to do is while I'm saying goodbye, go ahead and speed up that line so that when this train gets rolling along on it, he's doing at a much better speed than what he would be. Thanks for watching. Hey, feel free to give it a like, a share, leave a comment. I don't care. It's not that I don't care, it's that I do care, but hey, I'm not here to make money on this, so don't worry about it if you're worried about me making money. I'm Callie Jack, and this is How Not to Game with Callie Jack. Thanks for watching, and have a better day than I am. But I'm in max chaos, and this has been episode 22 for certain this time. I did count.